Divine Daddies and Times. Make yourself comfortable. Emily, marries me. I bought her for a head of ganja and some potatoes and onions and chilies. Yeah. I will bring back bartering, Buffway, to me. I will bring back bartering. So I just recorded a little offering, poetic offering about when we should be dating, and you can go check that out. But now I want to get a little in depth, and I'm gonna read a little draft article that I wrote here, just some notes that I jotted down, and I'm gonna share this with you, and you can let me know what it brings up for you, what it activates for you. You can ponder on it, and just think about the relationship with self, and our relationship with sexuality. So, the science and physics of sexual intimacy. Sexual energy is a sacred form of life force. Its primary function is to create life, and this can be human or non-human, like feeding your energy into businesses, projects, your life itself, beautiful home. When you have your healthy sexual energy, it goes out into your whole life, it's just it's palpable. Sexual energy carries Sexual energy carries the dominant program, meaning it comes from it's like having a chip, and all of your energy is printed on there. That is your sexual energy. So everything that's ever happened through all the generations in your genes, your beliefs, your energies that you picked up from other individuals, other sexual interactions, everything comes onto this little chip. And when you have a sexual interaction with someone, you'll exchange information. So it's like your data goes into that person, that person's data comes onto you. And I remember it's positive and negative data, it's just a whole lot of data, zoop, that just got copied. Yeah. So whoever you've had a sexual interaction with, they have all of your information copied. Like, it's been scientifically proven that the woman's DNA, mood, everything is affected by the man's DNA. That's how deep it goes. Now, I don't know why they didn't do a test to check vice versa. What happens there? And if they did, they should let us know what happens. Like, what's happening? What's happening, Millie? If they did do some research on how the female's DNA affects the males, then they should let us know. Because it's proven, they proved that it affected everything: her mood, her beliefs, how she thought, even her own DNA, whether she now became prone to certain diseases and stuff that he was prone to. I was like, so when you go on the celibate journey, you actually cleansing your DNA of all your sexual interactions, cleansing your DNA so that you can have your pure DNA back again, a reset. That's why people become so beautiful and resilient, I know you're also beautiful and resilient when you're in a healthy relationship with a healthy partner and you're having a healthy sexual exchange. But have you also seen us celibate beauties? Okay, so your sexual energy is like the door to the rest of your energy. Okay, I have somewhere written here. This I can even turn it into meditation. But visualize your sexual energy, especially a female, as this garden, this vast, infinite garden. And whoever you sexually interact with is either going to put rubble in your garden, or enhance it. Bring new flowers, help you tend to these flowers. Okay, so just think about that. Ponder upon that for a few minutes. What is this person bringing into my garden? How do I feel after interacting with them? Do I feel attached to them because then they could have left the addictions there in the garden, the obsessions in the garden, the other people that they're interacting with, addictions coming into your garden, When you visualize it, it becomes really icky and gross. When you think about several people having interactions all at once, icky and gross. Okay? So, as I was saying, sexual energy is the door to all of your energy. And that's why you will see people getting into relationships and there being no growth, no prosperity. Because either they dirted each other's gardens, or the dirt was left in the clean garden, and the clean garden now became rubble, and now there's two dirty gardens, or one empty garden and a dirty garden that's infertile, It's sad. Okay, we all joke about when people are together for long, how they start resembling each other. So just take that into consideration, And what I've also come to find from experience is that, like, you won't struggle with a yearning, for sexual intimacy once you've reached a certain level of self-awareness and discovery, that you won't have a hunger. And then you'll notice even other addictions will fall away, because it's like that hunger will leave your vessel, We think we're craving sexual energy, or we think we like sex and stuff, but it's not that. It's a deeper thing. It's emotional, it's deeper, it's psychological, it's blueprints and not imprints and hypnosis that has been done for decades and generations on us, that like blasphemes sexuality and sexual energy, and turns it into this thing to be consumed and abused like alcohol, instead of a healing power that creates, It's a healing power that creates, like sexual energy literally can heal you, Having being sexually intimate with someone of the right energy can literally heal you. I've seen it. I've seen how people blossomed after getting into relationships with each other and stuff, and how the one person was really down, and how this person literally nourished that person, and they both grew into two beautiful flowers, and stuff like that. Like, it's not all bad. I myself have witnessed like some amazing sacred unions, just as I've witnessed trauma bonds, grew up with parents who were in a trauma bond, experienced my own trauma bonds. I've also witnessed what true love looks like and feels like. So I'm honored to. I might be single, but I've tasted the true love fountain, from the true love fountain, And like I was explaining to my daughter, she was asking me what's archangels, and I said, think of it like this. Love, for example, is an archangel. Love is the archangel of empathy, compassion, kindness, respect, consideration. Like all those little mini energies all make up love. So yeah, thank you to everyone who has shown me respect. That was beautiful. That was love. Thank you to everyone who has, shown me kindness without wanting anything in return, who has shown me unconditional loyalty, even when all the votes were against me. They knew, no, that's Flame. I know Flame. You're not gonna come tell me shit, but about Flame. You know that? Child lady. What? You said what about child lady? So thank you. Thank you to everyone who was like, no, I know this, Chiquita. She don't roll like that. Nothing you say to me will change my mind about her. You're a real one. You've got a backbone. You've got spine. Spinal fluid is flowing. So, kudos. Arigato. Okay, so that's the signs of having a sexual interaction. You know, you're getting everything. What people would call the curses, the everything is coming, whoop, just like that. You know. I laugh. I always say the universe sent me three demons as as three demons to tame and assist on their path as the fathers of my children. You know, they even like there was even conversations where the person literally said call themselves the devil. You know, and stuff like that. And that's why I'm like it's not just them, there's so many, like all of us, we all here, came here, reincarnated to heal a specific energy, a deity, an angel, a demon, or whatever, you know? And that's why we have to be kind to each other and patient to each other, you know? I don't allow anyone to walk all over me or disrespect me or my children anyway, but I have mercy. And I always send well wishes. Even if you have block, I'm sending you well wishes. I'm blocking you so that you don't disrespect me further, or so that you don't nag me or stress me out or walk on my nerves. Do you understand? Like, I pray that we all awaken to our true amazing self, that we shake off all of these layers that was placed on us by abuse from the youngest age, by projection, insults. You useless, you won't amount to anything, you look like a horse, you whatever. And horses are beautiful. I mean, horses are beautiful. You know? Tell me I look like a dinosaur and I'll be like, oh, horses? I was 12 years old and I got called an ox, you know, by the female caregiver, which was so weird. I'm not being funny, but they looked more like an ox than I did, you know, like weight-wise. Like I was a skinny 12-year-old kirikis, and this person was like, just go when you look like an ox. And I was like, yo. And that stuff stuck because for so long I had like body dysmorphia. I thought I was bigger than what I was. I would look at my siblings and there was like a lot of comparison. Like we grew up in really unhealthy body image instilled in us, you know, body image, colorism, racism, like it was installed in us, you know, like hating darker skinned people was installed in us. Now how the hell, look at me, I'm cappuccino, I cannot hate myself. What are you trying to say? I mean, look at this. My childhood caregiver tried to make me hate all of this. So getting back to um, our sexual energy is powerful, okay? That is why there's this intentional attack on it, because they know that sexual energy doesn't just make babies, it births life. It keeps you healthy. If your sexual energy is healthy, you stay healthy. You know, I see a lot of anti-aging videos, but very little of it talks about your sexual energy. Like if your sexual energy, if your relationship with your sexual energy is healthy, your relationship with yourself, with your body, with other people is healthy, it will reflect in your youth. Until next time, 1331. Arigato.